Princess Luna's expression went on a male vampire as she felt astonished and full of fear. As she was standing up, Luna began to ask, "Excuse me, I'm sorry about what did you..." But just as Luna was about to finish her sentence, the vampire turned around to face the Night Princess. His black hair was combed all the way back. He had two pointed oval-shaped head. He wore a dark gray suit with a long black cape. His skin was a bit lighter than Luna's. Instead of red eyes, just like from what he had in his bat form, he had blue eyes that made catch lights of it just to make it more brighter. While the two were looking at each other, a form of light began to circle around their eyes and made a tiny noise afterwards. "I'm sorry, did I hurt you?" the male vampire asked as Luna said in his Transylvanian accent. "No, you haven't. But are you going to hurt me?" Luna asked. "Why would I do that? I'm not that kind of vampire," the male vampire said. "Oh, and sorry, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Dracula, Count Dracula." "I'm Luna," Luna replied. While walking with him, Luna told Dracula that she was a princess from Canterlot and that she ruled at it with her older sister Celestia. And she also began to explain why she came here because many years ago, her father Cosmos came to Transylvania in research onto the Blood Moon and see how many constellations than just one. "Was your father an astronomer when he was king?" Dracula asked. "You could say that, but while at Canterlot, he can rise and set the moon and the stars, while my mother, Queen Galaxia, can rise the sun and set the sun," Luna explained. "But my sister and I lost our parents when we were young girls." "How did you die?" Dracula asked, feeling sorry for Luna. "There was this war going on that we lived on many years ago, and they died during the battle," Luna responded. "When the guards told us they passed, my sister and I knew we had to take their place and learning how to do it on their duties. It must have been very difficult for you and your sister," Dracula said. "Yes, it was, but we couldn't let our citizens stay sad and without anyone to rule over them," Luna replied. The vampire count nodded and looked up at the moon, and the moon princess, who was yawning, starting to try to keep her eyes open. "Luna, you must be tired from all your travels," Dracula said. "Why don't you come with me to a hotel that I own? You can rest and I have your energy regained." Luna thought about it for a moment and then agreed to Dracula's request. 2 hours later, Luna and Dracula made it into the hotel. "There we are! Welcome to Old El Transylvania!" Dracula said proudly announced. The Night Princess looked up and was amazed at the structure of the hotel. It looked very old and castle-like, but it was better than the ones that she ever seen any land she went. As the two went inside, Luna saw that her father's journal entry was just about being Transylvania, being filled with different monsters. With bellhops or zombies, the maids were witches, some were disgusting and cleaning the lobby, while the others were on their broomsticks. She then saw a couple gargoyles, gremlins, and skeletons walking by, checking out the lobby or heading towards their assigned rooms. "This is so amazing, Dracula. I never been in this hotel so remarkable before," Luna said in the trance. "Of course, with the hotel popular, very nice, everyone would want you to come and stay," the Dracula replied. "Now let's just see if I have a room just for you. I sure hope you're not all booked." "Booked, of course." Dracula led Luna to the main desk to receive a big room key, but it was just as Luna was about to sign her name on the guest book, a voice came from behind. "Hey Drac, you're back! The guys thought you were..." Luna then turned around to see that she was seeing an actual Frankenstein. "Say, Drac, who's this lady right here?" Frankenstein asked while with a smirk on his face. "Frank, this is Princess Luna. Luna, this is my friend Frankenstein," Dracula introduced the two. "Nice to meet you two. And you can just call me Luna," Luna smiled. "Nice to meet you too, Luna. And you can just call me Frank," Frank said. "All right, Luna. You are checked in, and now you can go up to your room, shall we?" Dracula responded. "But Drac, the guys, I've been waiting for you. I just need to discuss about..." Frank began. "Just hold on, Frank. Let me take Luna to her room, and then we can talk," Dracula answered. "But we really need you, and I'm trying to stay away from Eunice's nagging at this moment," Frank stated. "I said no," Dracula answered sharply. Then he began growling at Frank with a very vicious look on his face, with the light of him that was red as well, making Frank freak out a bit as the vampire count and the Night Princess went to the elevator. What's his problem? He could have simply got an employee to take her, Frank said to himself. Frank, there you are. I've been looking for you. I told you many times to help me with my new looks and suggestions, and you just ran off? Eunice, who is Frank's wife, said. As I was about saying, did you assign us to a moonlight training appointment? Did you tell me the workers were going to fix the chandelier in our room? By the look of Frank's face, he wished that he had earplugs. The two made it back to the third floor of the hotel room, and as they began to walk down into the hallway to look for Luna's room, the halls were remarkable too. I just can't wait to see my room, Luna said, under her breath in an excited tone. Oh, you'll love it. This hotel has the best designs and the best appearance of our guests. Hey, do not disturb. Some of the people are trying to sleep, called out a shrunken head. Don't pay attention to them. They could be annoying, Dracula grumbled. After walking past 12 doors, they finally made it to Luna's room. As they walked in, Luna was amazed to see a very well-made bed with a skull phone right beside the table, a balcony from which she could see the hotel, and curtained upon being made out of fabric, and a desk with a write on it. I love this room so much. Thank you for bringing me here, Dracula, Luna exclaimed. No problem, Luna. Enjoy yourself, and I'll go see if my other workers can make you feel more comfortable, Dracula responded happily. As Dracula left Luna to settle in her room, she went over to her desk and placed their bag of supplies and took out her father's journal and began writing supplies. Just as Luna was about to sit down again and write about her night, a glimpse of red was coming from the balcony window doors. Luna went over the balcony and looked up at the sky. It was none other than a full-blood moon, and it was King Cosmos, Queen Galaxia's, and even her own very cutie mark constellations. Wow, this is a remarkable night, Luna thought happily.